Alright, hello and welcome back once again to Ratchet and Clank. Oops. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. We're still near dying. We should probably fix that. I don't think that carries over to the next world. It probably shouldn't. Anyways, last episode, we helped a commando get to the city center, but we found out we would need some magnetic boots to get into the city itself, to get to the turrets, to destroy the bombers. We don't have to come back here ever again. But we should. We also helped a deserter get bus fare home in exchange for an infobot, which would lead us to a Blarg depot where they're testing out their new fighter pilots and a special helmet for controlling them. But for that, we're going to the Blarg homeworld on Orxon, the Kogar refinery, to see if we can find some of that stuff that would end up being very helpful. Riding around in Quark's ship. So planet Orxon, as Drek said, is extremely polluted. So much so that Ratchet has trouble breathing. And so we're only sending Clank out. So we would need an oxygen mask for inorganic. Luckily, Clank's a robot, and he's awesome. So, Clank can not purchase weapons or do anything. He only has his punches and whatever gadget bots we find. It's actually pretty interesting. I do like this, where there's like a planet where at first you just have to be Clank, and then later on you come back here as Ratchet, and you go through some of the old things. Ratchet's not very tall, but Clank is even shorter, so going through a level like this as Clank. And look at the size of those bolts. So going through a level like this as Clank does actually give some perspective. I mean, Ratchet looks like he'd be able to fit into some of the things that Clank does, but we don't have a boost jump as Clank, so we can't get over there, so that weighs off to us. And it looks like I see something shiny over there. That might be. Oh god, this place is just horribly polluted. So these guys, as playing as Clank, they won't move very much. When you attack them, they nearly immediately counterattack and hit you, and they're pretty quick themselves. Oh god. Yeah, like that. So, there's no way of just brute forcing this through Clank. We're having Clank. And that's more gadget bots. Up there, actually, is one of the Blarg science depots, where they were testing out something. They actually showed a frame of it or two. Yeah, we can use enter to make the gadget bots enter the future teleporters. But they showed a frame of it of what looked like the nanotech symbol of a vending machine. And that is actually one of the things you're really going to want to save up some money for when we come back here later. I might not be able to afford it when we first get to it, that's the unfortunate thing. So Clank can get teleported just like these gadget bots. That's cool. But even worse is when you do come back here as Ratchet, you can't go up there immediately, you have to go all the way around the level to get to that point. I love the gadget bots. Enter in. So we will be coming back, and this level actually, as Ratchet, is one of the ones where I believe the difficulty just starts to get to you. Those enemies that we just saw, the red crab-like ones, they are annoying. I mean, they are everywhere as Ratchet, and they are relentless and ruthless and very quick. They can get pretty annoying. Yeah, them. Check out them. There's another guy. Get him. Alright. Now him. Now him. What the hell? Now him. Ow. Took a hit for you guys. Gadgetbots. Alright. I do like these. Pretty good. I can't really think there's many after this. Nothing's coming to mind immediately. I'm sure there's one. But don't get blown up in the explosion. I'm sure there is one. But it's there are more things to do with Clank. He does eventually get some cooler things he can do. Pretty awesome. Clank lacks a hyper strike, which kind of sucks. So it's just his punch. Attacking things. Alright. And over here to this guy. If I'm right, that may be all we need for the first half of this. Have to get the bolts. Gotta get the bolts. Things are gonna get expensive. I actually do like the next weapon we get, kind of. It has very limited use, but I like it. Sometimes. So the Gadgetbot pads can just make another Gadgetbot if one breaks, and if they enter the door, they just can't. I don't know. I'm no scientist. Oh, wait, no, there is a bit more. And, I remember this. Wait. Excuse me. There's also a lot of TNT. I'm sure they have some explosive crates. I'm calling them TNT because of Crash Bandicoot. Oh god, I've got hiccups. Ah, why? Okay, so first things first, step on this, and pull the Gadgetbots. Next, we step over here, tell them to wait, and step on here, and pull them through. There we go. And they can't get up this cliff, so they just instantly wait. Just get some bolts. Clank puzzles do start to get a bit complex, as you see around here. But mostly you'll be seeing in just a moment, after we get through this part of the puzzle, this part of the level. Because they just get sadistic up next. The level just tries to kill your Gadgetbots as quickly as possible. Enter that door over there. So yeah, how about them baseball game? Yeah, I don't know, but not much response. I've been playing more Resident Evil 6. It's growing on me, but at the same time, it's not exactly wowing me. Getting through Jake Mueller's campaign, which is cool now that you've got, you know, a guy focused on melee combat, and another tyrant coming up, chasing you around as much. But I don't know. It's starting to get ridiculous and things again. But all in all, right? I really do feel kind of bad playing the campaigns. They don't give you much ammo though. you're always going to save the magnum bullets for a boss. The boss is invincible in this one, so those guys should come. And why aren't you? Why did you? Okay, that works. So you're always going to save the ammo and everything. Enter that before I blow that up, because I have a feeling one or two of them is going to die. Which, since I played Final Fantasy, I was always, like as my first RPG, I was always like hitting every battle with spells and everything. Or occasionally even not. Wait, what am I even trying to say? I was always saving up my magic and everything for when I need it, because there were always enemies that had elemental weaknesses and all that fun stuff. So I wasn't really in I thought magic was the utility, and you were just basically supposed to attack, and then, oh, this guy needs magic to be okay, we use magic. Which is the complete opposite of Dragon Quest, where it's, you know, you're going to have to use your spells and abilities as much as possible. Hey, boots.
These Magna
boots. We can go up that thing. There's also a lot over there, which we're going to have to go to. But as I was saying, Dragon Quest, there are random encounters which will whoop your butt so quick. God, and then the way they do like groups of enemies and all that stuff. I love Dragon Quest. It's just it's much more strategy based than this. You have to really kind of plan things out, and unlike Final Fantasy, where you get close enough to the boss, there's usually a save point, and you can use a tent or something at it to just, oh god, look at all the bombs. Where are some of the bombs? You can use a tent and just avoid them, and heal yourself up right before the boss. Yeah, this is the part where they get mean. You have to lead the gadget bots all the way through this little maze thing. And avoid the fireballs. But Dragon Quest doesn't do that, where there's no respite right before the boss. And, you know, the only sense of mercy they give you is that if it's a boss with... Oh, exploded right there. Is that if it's a boss with 2 phases, and if you lose to the second phase, you can come back and fight the second phase. You don't have to fight the first one. I think that's the only like mercy they give you in that context. But you really have to plan ahead. You have to conserve MP, still get used to using it. Oh man, this is. So, when I first played Dragon Quest, when I first got my PlayStation 2 and had a copy of Dragon Warrior 7, we ended up getting our butts handed to us when we got to Fallrish. I think that was the name of it, the place with all the clock effects. Because at first the game isn't too bad. I mean, you can kind of just brute force your way through anything with enough healing spells and firing and just keep trying and trying. But I really, really hope that door needs 5 and not 6. I'm pissed if it doesn't. So, most of the time, it's not too bad. I mean, you're... It's that point when the game really starts to hate you. I don't even know where these fireball things come from. Apparently those machines, but still. Because you just come across these random enemies that hit like a freaking truck. Oh, okay. I was just gonna head this way. They hit like a truck, and can hit 2 times around sometimes. And they have a special attack that'll just tear through everybody in your party. And you don't even have a class change at this part. I think you may have just gotten your 4th party member, who starts off at level 1. Of safe. And it just, we got our butts handed to us. And then you finally get to the, boss. You go through the cavern or whatever, and the inventor guy makes a clock mech that can make a signal that'll confuse the other clock mech. So occasionally when you're fighting them, they'll be like, clock mech doesn't know what to do, or stares off into space. And it helps, but you're like in the middle of a dungeon and you're fighting all these guys. Yeah, you get experience and gold, but the weapons and items are expensive and not even helpful. Sometimes. Oh, I am missing a Gadgebot. Son of a... I'll be back. But... and then you finally get to the boss, who is quick and annoying and has a clock mech on each side of him, which he can summon again for backup. Just in case you wanted to think, you know, this game's still there. And so you finally just power through, beat him, and take him down, and what does he do? Well, he calls down the big clock mech. That lands on his face and stomps him. But then you are immediately thrust into the fight with the big guy, having not even had healed, and still weak, and used up all your MP because you thought to yourself, oh no, I can totally take this guy. Why didn't you come along? When did I lose you? This is probably going to be another long episode. I don't even know where those bombs come from. I should look. Is this the towers up there? Apparently. Whatever, let's get going. Dragon Quest really is a much more difficult and involved game. Especially when you get to the class system, there's like 3 different ways you can master the class system. You can either just go through each class individually and like level them up and get to the higher classes, or if you go from one class to another, and they're compatible, only the base classes of course, then after a certain number of battles, and getting it up to a certain level, you'll learn a special skill that's only available that way. That's the only way to get to the group defense increasing one. I remember you do Shepherd and Cleric. And for the longest time, like I was midway through the game when I was like, when do I get that spell that I've seen enemies have been using so much? And it's like, oh wait, no. I have to go back into Shepherd for another 30 battles and then go have him master Cleric again. I think I said that backwards, because I already had Cleric mastering. I'm mumbling. Attack things, Gadgebots. You're my minion. So yeah, this is the point where you get like a huge amount of Gadgebots after you. Oh man. I'm just gonna avoid you guys for attack everything. Oh no. Dragon Quest because it's a lot more dark. I mean, Dragon Quest 7 is really dark. The first island you get to, you find out that the hero that all these people are praising, you know, is protecting them from the monsters, actually sold her soul to the monsters so that she was the one who got to choose who could die so she could show mercy upon somebody. Then when you actually fight her, no! My buddies. And the games just get really dark, but at the same time they have this happiness thing. I mean, it's not, you know, sunshine and rainbows, but it's everything's going to work out. I kind of like that bittersweetness, especially in like RPGs where, you know, there's just this unknown evil attacking everybody, and then all of a sudden plucky young hero just jumps up and says, oh, I'm going to save the day, and then adventures up, and eventually does. I knew there was a guy back here. Okay. not sure if that's 10 though. Look at my entourage. Yeah. Getting all them Gadgetbot peeps. They just follow me where I go. I don't hate Final Fantasy. As I said earlier. They're just gonna take over a cannon and blow up some enemies for us. Awesome. But I do believe that Final Fantasy has gone downhill. I'm still probably going to buy those Final Fantasy games. I've played through Final Fantasy 13, I haven't played through Final Fantasy 13 too, but I've kind of wanted to. Like, all the bad things I hear about it are kind of just, whatever. Anyways, we got an infobot.
Better not let Ratchet see this one.
How does he even keep that in there? And what was on it? Something dark and mysterious. No, probably something stupid. Anyways, we got another scene when we go back to the ship here and meet up with Ratchet, and we'll get to show him what we got on our quest. So, let's see. I have to get to the front of the ship, even though I'd be walking in the back. Grab some bolts
Hmm.
Hey! You giving me these or not?
They are magnetic. I appear to be stuck to them.
Oh. What do you have in there?
Gears, metal filings, dust.
You know what I mean. What is it?
I will show you this, but you must promise to stay focused on our mission.
Is it something about Quark?
Cities are full of smog, swamps are full of muck, and tar pits are full of tar. But here at Joe I Resort, the sun shines 24 hours a day. Visitors get a free O2 mask to explore our warm waters. The benign marine life will welcome you to the big blue world under the sea. You can also use our complimentary flippers to partake in speed swimming. So come to Joe I Resort and leave your world and your troubles behind.
Joai Resort, Pokitaru.
I knew it.
Oh, come on. Switch off your nerd circuits and have some fun. Look, we'll go just long enough to pick up the O2 mask.
Perhaps the extra oxygen will help your brain to function properly.
Yeah, and maybe the salt water will rust your mouth shut.
Oh well, that's it for the Kogar refinery for the moment. Next we'll be heading to the Blarg Depot, which is kind of a slog. But I don't think it'll... I hope we don't have any episodes as long as Quark's thing. And then after that we'll go to Pokitaru and check out Joai Resort, get that O2 mask. Anyways, I do like the little... how they have the inside of the ship. That is kind of cool. And it's kind of the right size about for the ship. But still. Alright, that's it. So, next time we will be going to the Blarg Depot to acquire that pilot's helmet. See if we can't just rustle us up some fighters from the fighter rustling grounds. You know about them. This is space. There's a planet full of them, I'm sure. See if we can't find a way to hijack some Blarg fighters and turn the fight again.